Hello, Sergey. Um, Before you came to Munich, I asked people in LinkedIn, Xing, and Facebook to pass me questions for you, or things that they want to know. So some people replied. Horst Naylor asked me, are there any new findings or recent methodology advancements that might be incorporated into the body of knowledge of TRIZ? Can I say something about this?
Mm-hmm. Well, TRIZ is developing all the time, right? It's a living body, so body of knowledge is growing. What methodologies have been full-fledged developed and are new ones and are actively used? Well, there are no new tools. I might say that the focus on development of TRIZ, from what I saw, is on application. Just to name a few of more or less new things. For example, innovative logistics, supply chains and logistic projects, are of high interest for many companies, and a specific combination of flow analysis and MPV discovery for different stakeholders, and some parts of function analysis for technological process combined and are bound in a specific way, actually created a pretty interesting approach. I call it innovative logistics. That is pretty popular, and already there were a number of workshops. That is something new. Another new thing I can touch upon, it is TRIZ for user experience. There were a lot of requests on that. And there is also some light in the end of the tunnel. This new part of TRIZ about MPVs and MPV discoveries and converting strategic MPVs into parametric ones. That's exactly what is needed for UX, because major UX requirements, they are at a very high hierarchical level.
Okay, thank you. Horst Naylor on Facebook also asked a second question. What are, in your perspective, the most complementing methods or methodologies to be used with TRIZ?
Yeah, okay, Horst also was asked a lot of questions. Well, I would say that it really depends on what type of projects we're talking about. We know that if we deal with quality projects, the perfect combination will be TRIZ and the Six Sigma and the DFSS. We're talking about waste removal and streamlining. That is a marriage of TRIZ and Lean. If we are talking about projects on different patent strategies or conventing or some other aspects, there are other tools. So I would say there is no universal perfect fit. There are a specific kind of combination of TRIZ and other tools depending on what type of project we're considering.
Okay, thank you. Another one on Facebook, Tris Narayan, he asked, do we see any roadmap or approach for application of TRIZ in Internet of Things or big data?
No, we have not seen. Vivienne knows that actually last year at General Electric in Bangalore, at Global Research Center there was a TRIZ conference open to public outside GE. That was about, as they called it, TRIZ Trends. And the focal point of it was TRIZ for the Internet of Things. There is no well-defined roadmap yet. At this point, we still can treat Internet of Things projects as a usual engineering project. The only thing, that could be probably the spearheading out of different TRIZ tools, it's flow analysis, because a major thing there, it is flow of information, from which humans are excluded, and different, things of the Internet of Things communicate with each other. So definitely flow analysis and streamlining, increasing the conductivity of useful flows of information at this point will be one of the tools to use. So there's no special roadmap for that, but still these projects can be treated as any other engineering project.
Okay, thank you. Those are the questions that came over Facebook. We have also questions over LinkedIn from Olmo Thomas Metzger. I should ask you, how about integrating TRIZ with the theory of constraints or TRIZ for management? He is also interested in learning how TRIZ can help to provide tech and non-tech startups in terms of business model development. Can you say something about this?
Yeah. Well, as for TOC, the theory of constraints, I have not seen any deeper integration of TRIZ tools than using inventive principles. There were several articles. To tell the truth, it is not my field of expertise, but from what I saw, in the literature, I did not see any major breakthrough or some new things about that. TRIZ for management, that is a topic of interest since long ago. And we can actually use a number of TRIZ tools, function analysis and training for processes, right? The process doesn't need to be technological. It can be managerial. Some time ago, I had a project about improving the process of complaint handling in the bank. That was a totally managerial improvement TRIZ application. Non-technical TRIZ application is always an attraction. Research is being done. However, if you ask my opinion, I would not expect a major breakthrough because, as you know, according to our own methodology, S-curve analysis, TRIZ is at the very end of the transitional stage. It's still not in mass production. And until it becomes fully established in the market niche where it is the most efficient, it doesn't go big time into other markets. That's why until TRIZ is fully recognized and established as a norm within the engineering community, I do not expect some major breakthrough in non-technical managerial areas for TRIZ application. However, as far as business models are concerned, a number of TRIZ experts are working on that. That's still work in progress. Valery Sushkov is working with using TRIZ for business model development.
Okay, thank you. Gennady Kishnev asked about, please give us 5 examples of outstanding or interesting inventions from TRIZ masters. I think for the other audience it's also very interesting to hear that practical TRIZ masters have to have at least 10 patents, patent families that is. But outstanding or interesting inventions, what could that be?
I'm very interested in that too. Gennady knows very well that actually, there are very successful projects. Different TRIZ experts are running with customers. And the most successful things, unfortunately, they are not in public domain. Even if some things are patented, the customers do not really encourage many publications. And kind of exposure broadly, of those successes. In addition to that, we kind of do not really do any ranking to identify the most successful TRIZ applications of all times and in all countries. Many TRIZ experts are working kind of individually. They have their own successes. That's why, to tell the truth, I can talk only about kind of some successes that I had. I'm not fully aware of some successes that I'm sure exist, with other TRIZ experts. Last year, there was a number of projects and programs with Fiat, Magneti Marelli, that I did. There were several very interesting solutions, patented solutions in automotive industry. ABB, also where I did programs, had a very stellar actually projects, that led to more than 40% of cost reduction. Shenhua Group, the largest coal company in the world, Fortune 100 company, they are finishing the very extensive big level 3 program, and there are a number of patents and really elegant solutions. But having said that, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of impressive, successful stories that other TRIZ consultants can mention.
Okay, thank you. And one last question from Andrew Morton. It's more a philosophical question. He asks his very open question, what is the main thing?
Well, Andrew is a philosopher. I know him very well. You see, if you had asked me some time ago, at the times of classical TRIZ, I would not blink my eye answering this question, because Altshuler always was saying that the most important notion of TRIZ is the fact that all the technologies evolve according to those trends of the evolution. That is the cornerstone. This is the major, basic philosophical idea behind TRIZ. But now this TRIZ became so diverse. All these new things that were added, and MPV discovery that bridged the technical TRIZ with the market needs and generating money, so the financial goals. So I would have a hard time actually naming one main thing, because what is the main thing in physics? Again, sometime in the 19th century, probably it would be easier to answer, but now physics is so diverse. There is nuclear physics, a lot of other types of physics, and all of them focus on very different aspects. That's why I have a hard time answering this question.
It's probably also a very philosophical answer to the question.
There's a philosophical question, there should be a philosophical answer.
So we will meet again in February at the Wittgenstein AG, so probably he can then specify the question and we can answer that then. Okay.
Yeah.
So
thank you very much.
And thank you for the questions.
Thank you.